How to find the right dedicated resources for your project. When it comes to starting a project, finding the right resources for the job can be a challenge. It's important to find the right dedicated resources that can help make the project successful. Dedicated resources are those who are hired to work on a specific project or task and can provide a special level of expertise or experience. In this video, we will take a look at what dedicated resources are and how to find the right dedicated resources for your project. What are dedicated resources? Dedicated resources are those who are hired to work on a specific project or task and can provide a special level of expertise or experience. Each of these types of resources can provide different levels of expertise and experience, so it's important to assess your project needs and determine which type of resource is best for you. Few tips for finding the right dedicated resources for your project. Assess your project needs. Research dedicated remote resources. Check references and reviews. Ask the right questions. Assess your project needs. Before you start looking for dedicated resources, take the time to assess your project needs. Research dedicated remote resources. Once you know what type of resource you're looking for, start researching dedicated remote developers. Check references and reviews. Make sure you look up the references and reviews of the dedicated remote developer before hiring them. Ask the right questions. Once you've found a few potential dedicated remote developers, make sure to ask the right questions. Assessing your project needs by hiring dedicated resources. When it comes to finding the right dedicated resources for your project, it's important to assess your project needs first. Take the time to review the tasks that need to be completed and the skills and experience that are needed to complete them. This will help you determine the type of resource you need and the level of expertise and experience they should have. Tips for hiring dedicated remote resources. Ask about their experience. Ask about their availability. Ask about their communication style. Cost considerations for dedicated resources. Cost considerations are a major factor when deciding to dedicate resources to a project or venture. When making a decision to allocate resources, it's important to consider the return on investment, ROI, that can be expected. In many cases, the ROI for dedicating resources is higher than that of a non-dedicated situation, but it also comes with greater risks. Conclusion. Finding the right dedicated resources for your project can be a challenge, but it's an important step in ensuring the success of your project. It's also important to establish best practices for managing remote resources and consider the cost of dedicated resources before hiring. When it comes to finding the right dedicated resources for your project, it's important to take the time to assess your project needs and find the right people for the job.